I just woke up. And they, alright. And they know how we come, nigga. I'm getting tired of the same shit. I mean, the lame shit get in the car and then I lane switch. He mad I'm fucking on his main bitch. I mean his main chick, and she told me he don't change fits. Man, I'm getting tired of the same shit. My side bitch tryna agitate my main bitch. Left the crib, hit 100 swerves, then I changed whips. Me and Sleepy in the studio, finna change.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TriggerHappyTrippy tuning in for the first time, but certainly not the last time. And today we'll be going over my Ghost of Tsushima AR-15, chambered in 5.56. Before we even get started in this, I want to show that we are safe and clear. So, like I said, this is my Ghost of Tsushima AR-15 or my Oni 15. I don't know if I want to keep it that name. It might be the Oni 15. Who knows? I'll probably figure out whenever I make the title. But yeah, I guess let's go ahead and get into it. Ain't trying to make this video too long. So this is my first ever AR-15 that I built from scratch, like piece by piece, myself personally. We got the Silencer Co. Hybrid ASR muzzle brake. It is a 3-port muzzle brake and also a hybrid hub adapter for Silencer Co. 5.56 suppressors. We have a Ballistic Advantage Hansen penciled profile 16-inch barrel on this with a pin and weld gas block. We have the Daniel Defense vertical foregrip on this, the SLR light, I think, handguard. I can't remember which handguard it is. I'll put it on the screen. We have the Sig Tango 1 to 6 by 24 LPVO on top of the Vector Industries upper receiver with a Radian Raptor SD charging handle inside of it. We have the Sharp Bros Showdown lower receiver on this with a Geisley Super Semi-Automatic enhanced trigger in this. We have a Phase 5 ambidextrous safety selector on this, a Magpul MOE pistol grip with the storage compartment in the bottom, and a Magpul MOE stock. I don't know why it's so hard for me to think. It's probably because it's like 2 o'clock. This is like my 3rd time recording this video. So this, obviously, like I said, is my first ever AR-15 that I built. It's kind of like a simplistic build that I did. I wanted to do a medium to long range engagement type build with it. Super accurate, very light for sure. Very light, even with a full mag in it. The grouping of this is really tight. I do enjoy the grouping on this. I need to get this, I need to make sure that the sight is sighted in. I have a couple clips of shooting it.
To the left of it, come to the left of it. Come down a little bit. There you
go. It had been a while since I had shot this LPVO. As you will see in the future, most of my guns have red dots and holographics, but I do have experience with this sight specifically because I use it every day at my job. So it is what it is. I don't personally think we should have it in my job, but whatever. Like I said, it's super accurate, super light, super loud, I will say, with this muzzle brake on it. Reliability, we'll get into it more as the video progresses, but it's not like I've never had a failure to feed. I'll say I've never had a failure to feed or a failure to eject. So the things I like about this rifle, I guess I would say, obviously the aesthetic. The Oni mask is beautiful. It's really aesthetically pleasing. I do plan on getting it Cerakoted. I would love some ideas of what I should do with it. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like on the fence about how I want to get like this Cerakoted, like what I want to do to it and whatnot. But I do want to get it refinished because it does have like some scratches and stuff from just being used, and like my cousin first time shooting and whatnot, putting it on the ground rough. So I don't care. I mean, it's a rifle, so it is what it's gonna be. Let's get into what I like about it more in depth. So this trigger, obviously, the Geissele anything, honestly, is my favorite. Even this buffer tube is Geissele, along with the, I think there's an H2 buffer inside of it. It came like as a little combo set, but all of it in there is Geissele. I have the super semi-enhanced trigger in this one. I have a different one in that duty rifle behind me, but the take up on this, like that wall is like super short, and then the reset is just as short. Like there's almost no travel in that for real. So makes it really fun to shoot, especially when you're trying to shoot a little bit faster. I think, I hate to say it, outside of the trigger accuracy and aesthetic, there's some cons in there. I think I could say more about the cons right now than I can say about the pros. So let's get into, sadly, the con section. All right, so for the con section, like I said, this is a pin and weld barrel, no, gas block on the barrel. So I can't adjust this gas block. And with that being said, this gun is way over gassed. And these ports put out a lot of gas going back towards the shooter, I will say. If you're standing behind somebody, even a couple feet behind the shooter, when they're shooting this, you're gonna feel the gas. You're gonna feel it. It's gonna pick up the dirt and throw it. It's crazy. So yeah, it's super over gas, and that's definitely gonna wear down on things. I will eventually probably change this in the future. I'll probably still go with a pencil profiled barrel because my barrel, what barrel did I put? My barrel that I put into that Aero Precision rifle back there, it didn't fit in this because it was originally supposed to go in this. I changed it to a pencil barrel because it didn't fit, which I like the pencil barrel in it better. So I'll probably go with another pencil barrel, but it'll be obviously one that doesn't have the pinned gas block on it. So that would be like a con with that as far as the barrel goes. The finishing on the barrel also wasn't the best, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Another thing I didn't like about this rifle, besides the overgassiness, the bad finishing on the barrel, and also just the pin and weld gas block, was obviously the price for what I paid for the quality of things that I got. And what I mean by that is, I guess this kind of like hits an overall thing. This rifle has a rust issue, sadly. So to give a little backstory, I live in Arizona. I'm not from Arizona. I'm not even from the West Coast. I'm from the Deep South. So I took this rifle back home along with my Glock 19. I think it was my, yeah, I took it with my Glock 19 because I was teaching my little cousin how to shoot. It was his first time shooting, and I wanted to bring him something that wouldn't be too heavy. Granted, he's a big dude. Like, he's a defensive lineman, so he's all right, and he's going to college. So he was trying to learn how to shoot with this, and also I was supposed to be going to shoot with my buddy, so I thought, why not bring something that's going to, have everybody at the range looking at us. So it was my first time experiencing humidity with this rifle, and it rained 3 days prior to us getting back to Mississippi. And then when we got there, it was a super light drizzle. So light that you couldn't even see the water particles on the fabrics of our clothes. So I wouldn't even count it as rain. I wouldn't count it as like drizzle, whatever. I wouldn't even count it as any type of condensation. So I took it back to the crib after we got done shooting, and it wasn't in any like harsh conditions, honestly. Took it back to the crib, wiped it down good, cleaned it because it had been a while since I not cleaned it, but like oiled it up. And so like the bolt carrier on the outside was kind of getting dry just from like the air or whatnot. It wasn't dry on the inside as far as like the actual bolt carrier. Like I keep everything pretty lubricated. But I took it apart, did what I need to do, Next day, wake up, because it was either that day or the next day that I was supposed to go shooting. So I was just checking on everything from the day prior, making sure, you know, like everything was all good. Just wanted to make sure I didn't have any like CLP running out of it, because sometimes I do get a little heavy with the CLP. It ain't gonna hurt nothing, but it's like, I don't like having like oil and stuff running. So I was just checking it for that, because I wasn't supposed to shoot the next day. I was supposed to shoot the day after. On the 3rd of July. It was the 3rd of July, actually. And so took it out, I opened up the case, and bruh, when I say it was rust on everything damn near.
What the fuck? Hell, man, hell no.
And there's rust still on the barrel. So I had rust on my muzzle brake. I don't think it was the muzzle brake. I think it's because it's threaded to this barrel. And so I think since it's threaded to the barrel, the rust is just like coming out where the hub adapter is. So that wiped off pretty easy. So I don't think it was the muzzle brake. Muzzle brake is perfectly fine. But the barrel itself visibly still has rust on it. That had rust on it. The Daniel Defense vertical foregrip, the set screws or torque screws, whatever, for the foregrip still have rust on it. I can visibly see it right now. So that had rust on it. My SLR handguard, the screws right here by the, it's not the castle. I can't think of the part right there where like you torque it down for the barrel. But the screws in that area were rusted. My Sig Tango mount was rusted. Where the torque screws are, they were rusted. Where the actual screws on the top of the mount, they were rusted. My Strike Industries takedown pins, they were rusted. I think some of the barrel, like some of the rust from the barrel got into like where the ejection port is, because I was trying to charge it that day when I was like seeing all the rust, because I was trying to see where all the rust had gotten in. And when I was trying to charge it, it literally had my charging handle like kinked back. And I had to mortar it to get it out. So I finally got that free, and it was rust up in there, but I think it was from the barrel. So I took everything apart, wiped it out good. The only things that didn't have rust on it was this mil-spec bolt catch that I have on, my Geisley trigger, my Phase 5 ambidextrous safety, and my Radiant Raptor charging handle, like where the screws is on the latch. But keep in mind, it was so much rust going on in this, like it wouldn't let me charge it. So that was a big disappointment, because granted, this wasn't supposed to be my like shit hits the fan rifles. That's what I have my duty rifle for, which I'm not done with it. Like I'm still working on it. It works, but it's not finished. Like I've still got stuff I gotta do to it. But yeah, it just showed me that like I can't use this in a shit hits the fan situation where like I would go on a long deployment with this. Like I wouldn't use this rifle in all conditions like I would with my other rifles or my AK or like my Glock. Like I wouldn't use it in those like higher stress situations, not because it would jam, because this thing ain't never jammed on me. It ain't never failed to feed, none of that. But it's just a simple fact that I just know it wouldn't survive like harsh conditions. And so that kind of like brought a little disappointment with it, just because of the price that I paid. Like I paid almost like 2K, no 26.
Shut the fuck up with that.
Like, bruh, it cost for me to like, you know, put these pieces in here. And it's not like money growing trees around here. Like I'm a regular person. I ain't getting no sponsorships. I ain't got nobody helping me buy this. Like this is all me. So I bought everything piece by piece, and I took pride in like putting it together. And so just for like, for instance, like Sig to be a household name, bro, like I'm gonna just straight up say it, Sig need to get their shit together. They got enough going on, so I ain't finna go in on them too bad. But in my head, I wanted to give the different products like some type of grace. You know, like maybe it was just like bad cera coating or like bad finishing somewhere. But I don't know if this barrel, I think this barrel is supposed to be not nitride, phosphate. I think it's supposed to be a phosphate finish on it. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but I think it is. And bro, the barrel which is like the most important part of the gun, it's showing me failures. Like it's showing me cracks. The foregrip, I don't really care about that. Like I don't need the foregrip to shoot. I can shoot without it. And then the sight mount, like it just came with the LPVO, so it's like whatever, I could always change the sight mounts, but it's just the fact, man, like this is SIG. Like you are a big name company. Why did I have to pay? Because if you know what a LPVO costs, not even just a SIG LPVO, you know they're not cheap. So for me to get this LPVO specifically, and this is not like the higher end one, like of the SIG Tango that we use like at my job, this ain't even like one of the higher end ones, and it's still expensive. Like it's not cheap. For it to have like rusting issues, I ain't appreciate that. Honestly, bro, I'm disappointed with that. But that's like my biggest like gripes with it. With anything else, like Strike Industries, like it ain't like an expensive brand. It's like kind of not. It's not like budget, but it's also not expensive either. So it might be a budget to some folks. I don't look at them like that. I don't look at them as expensive. I just say like they like budget to mid tier. Ballistic Advantage, I mean, they kind of fluctuate themselves. They kind of are budget in my opinion. But other than that, those are just like my biggest gripes with it. Some smaller issues I would say I have with this, and this is kind of more like a personal thing, like a consumer issue with me, was my SLR handguard. Took almost like 2 months to get. And this is just me speaking from my experience. That's why I like kind of put it after everything else, because it's just like a personal thing, and it could have just been like a bad timing or whatever. But I ordered this mid to late October of last year. So I didn't get it until early to mid December of last year. I built this rifle last year, just to put that in perspective. Built this rifle last year. Yeah, so I didn't get it to like mid December or whatever. And everybody I talked, because they said it was supposed to be delivered, like they said it should have been out for delivery like within 3 to 4 business days, or like at least shipped or whatever. I didn't even get no confirmation of nothing. Like I didn't get a confirmation of my payment going through. My bank showed that they took my money, but I didn't get any confirmation about my payment went through. I didn't get any shipping information. I didn't get any like billing information. I didn't get none of that. So I had that to deal with. I had to talk to their customer service or whatnot, and bruh, they bullshitted me so bad. I'm talking about like 3 to 4 business days is how long it took me to get responses sometimes. And if it ran into the weekend, obviously they ain't gonna respond over the week. That was the issue. So I had to deal with that. I talked to like 3 or 4 people from the company, I think. I talked to one dude like multiple times. I don't know if he was like in charge of the company or what, but I talked to him several times, and he gave me like 2 different answers in 2 different days at one point about the same thing. And I didn't even respond to him the first time. Like he sent me, I don't know if he was trying to talk to somebody else or what, but he said my name, like used my name and my order number or whatever that I gave him. So it's not really to bash SLR. Will I be buying more SLR products? Yes, I will, because they do make products that I like for the aesthetic. It's just with the rust and the little joint over here and how long it took it and just the customer service, me personally, I don't know if I'll put it on like any of my more important rifles or whatnot. Other than that, that's just something minor. And then the last thing, and this could also just be like up to the individual. It ain't really a big deal with me for this rifle, because like I got other rifles that it works with, but yo, empty, by the way, 12 round capacity magazines, they work. Also empty. 13 round magazine, it worked. 14 round, the little chubby jump, the little chubby 14 rounder. You put that joint in there, and gravity does not rock with it at all. It don't go. Which that shouldn't be a surprise to somebody. Like if you buy this lower receiver, it shouldn't be a surprise, just for the simple fact being that Sharp Bros tells you that on their site. Like it doesn't take 14 round magazines and up. It's not built for that. It's built for the standard and the extra standard magazine, if you get my drift. So that's like a nitpicking type thing. I personally don't care. It's just like if somebody wants to put like a 14 round Pac-Man in that joint, it ain't gonna work. I'm just giving you the heads up, since I already own this. I don't want you to try to buy it and then try to, you know, go FRTZ and you try to show off and you try to put the Pac-Man in that motherfucker and it's game over. So yeah. Other than that, bro, I honestly, for the price that I paid and the quality of the things that I got, I'm not happy with. Am I happy that I got the experience building my first rifle ever? Yes. Because I went from having other people build me stuff to me building my own little thing. So other than that, this video has gone on long enough. So if you still watching the video at this point, I appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Give me some suggestions on if I should change the name of this from the Oni 15 or, because I'm definitely not calling it the Ghost of Tsushima 15. That's too weird. So if you want to change it from the Oni 15, put it in the comment section. And I guess the top comment or just a name that I like the most will change it to that. Because I eventually do want to get around to like renaming all my guns that have a special place in my heart. But other than that, yeah, it's been your boy TriggerHappyTrippy. I appreciate you for rocking with me. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.